when I'm going with my arm towards my opponent's head, I'm not pushing the head itself. I'm pushing the neck. Because how I like to place my hand is with this edge of my hand, I like to go underneath my opponent's jaw. So the hand is placed on the neck and the edge of the hand goes underneath the jaw. So it's going to be really painful now for him, or maybe not painful, I would say uncomfortable, to turn towards me with his head. So I'm pushing back and I'm sliding up his arm with my arm until the elbow meets the elbow. And it's very important now to land on your side again. Because right now, if I'm going to land with my back flat like this, there's no way I can generate enough power to bend his elbow. Okay? I have to scoop my hips out. Now I'm able to create a pressure to get the arm up. So the other one, I can go here with the top leg. As you can see also, when I'm coming towards the mat, when I'm dropping my shoulder, I'm going in with a hook on my opponent's shin. So this one gives me the control here over his leg. So it's going to be a bit harder for him to move. It's going to be a bit harder for him to create angles to get out from the arm lock. So now I just push down and I've got a proper pressure. Okay, let's change the angle. So I'm in the underhook position. Now I switch. I'm going to grab the shoulder. The other hand goes to the neck. And remember, the edge of your hand underneath the jaw. And now, in the same time, I'm going to push his head back. I'm dropping on my shoulder and I'm sliding with my arm up until I meet the elbow. Hook comes on his shin. And now, if I need to, I can fix the position of my hips. So it's going to be comfortable for me to finish the arm lock. Elbow down. We got the arm lock here. If I'm not able to finish here, I can use my leg to create more pressure. Now we can finish with more power. We're gonna do one more option from the arm lock. Now, when we're not able to create enough pressure on our opponent's arm, or his arm is moving and the angle is changing, so we have to change something as well to keep the control and to keep the pressure on our opponent's arm and to keep being dominated during the fight. So we have the underhook butterfly control. I'm switching the grip for the shoulder. I'm going to place my hand on his neck, edge of my palm underneath the jaw, and I'm starting to push him back, dropping on the mat, and right now I'm putting my hook in on his shin. So my fingers touch the shoulder and I'm having tight control over my opponent's wrist, but I'm not able to finish because my opponent is too strong. Okay? So from here, I'm going to release the pressure and I'm going to move my head away. So now my opponent's arm is sliding down. And as my opponent's arm is sliding down, I'm already letting go his head and I'm going to catch his wrist here. Okay? As I'm catching his wrist, I can place the other hand on his bicep and I'm going to go up with my hips now to stick with my hips towards his arm here. So I'm going up. I'm sliding with my knee towards the other side of his arm. And I'm going to put my knee on the mat in front of his face. So the knee is going to be a barrier between me and my opponent. From here, I already have a nice control. I can push my hips down to create the pressure for the arm lock. But I can also start rotating, dropping my hips towards the mat here to get more comfortable position to submit. So from here, I can submit as well. Or if my opponent is gonna roll, I maintain the control. So as you can see, the shin is and the knee is in front of my opponent's face for the whole time. The other leg is crossing the body. And the only thing I need to do now is to adjust my hips. So I'm going with my hips underneath my opponent's arm. Gonna keep my knees tight here. Gonna use my heels now to bring my opponent towards my hips. And now both hands are gonna control his wrist. Thumb up. So as you can see, my opponent's thumb is up. The arm is stick to my chest. And now I'm just gonna create the pressure with my hips, putting my hips up. Okay? So whenever I put a lot of attention to keep the tight control over my opponent's arm, I have to use less energy to submit him. Okay? So whenever I stay tight here, I just have to raise my hips just a little bit to create a proper pressure to get the armbar. So let's change the angle. So, on the hook here, now I switch the grip for the shoulder and I'm sliding towards the straight arm lock here. Now, I'm not able to finish, or I can feel that my opponent's elbow is going like this towards my hips. So now the angle's changing, and even if I press the elbow, I can't get enough pressure to submit because the pressure is on a bad spot. Okay, he changed the angle, so I'm not able to submit with a classic arm lock like this. Okay, so right now I'm going to use my head to push his arm forward a little bit. As you can see, I'm stretching my back, so his arm is going to drop. As his arm is dropping, I'm going to grab the arm here, and I'm going to grab the bicep. I'm coming up with my hips, putting my knee on the mat. Now I'm going to roll. He's following. If not, I'm going to submit here. He's following. Heels to the hips, knees tight. Now both arms controlling the wrist. A little bit of pressure gives us the armbar. Let's go from here. So I switch, sliding towards the arm. He changed the angle. So before the arm slips away, I'm stretching and I'm catching the arm. Right away, my hips comes. I follow. And then I have the arm. One more option from the underhook. So I'm having my underhook butterfly guard control, and I'm gonna switch now for the shoulder. And from here, I'm gonna grab palm to palm control. So I'm building a frame here to keep my opponent away. And this gives me possibilities for the sweep and for the arm lock. Depends on my opponent reaction. So if my opponent is gonna stay like here, doesn't care much about this control, I can easily switch for a straight arm lock here. Pushing his head away, sliding up his arm, dropping on the side. But now, if my opponent gonna react and he gonna push towards me like this, so he's always pushing towards me to avoid the arm lock. Okay, if his arm is bent, he's kind of safe, right? So always when I'm gonna try to stretch him to open up the space for the arm lock, he's gonna push back. So now I'm gonna use my frame to open up my opponent, and I'm gonna slide my hips under. Okay, when I'm sliding my hips, I'm going with the hook underneath my opponent's thigh. And right now, it's gonna be easy to put him on the other side and have a sweep. From here, I'm gonna let go the frame and I'm gonna look for the underhook. And as you can see, my knee is pointing outside. So the whole opponent body is kind of like towards the outside. So whenever I'm having the underhook here, whenever I switch, I let go, I search for the underhook. Now I have to use my hips to create the pressure to bring him towards me right here. Okay, so he's gonna cross his legs here on my foot to not give me the points. So from here, I'm gonna go up with my hips and I'm gonna move my knee towards this side. So right now when I'm moving, I'm putting my opponent in a perfect position for the V-side pass. I'm gonna finish with the pass, multiplying my points. So, once again. So, let's go on this. So, I'm here. First, I'm gonna grab the shoulder, and now I'm gonna build the frame. So, as you can see, the arm that is coming from underneath my opponent's armpit, this palm is going to be on top. The other one is with the top of the palm towards my opponent's hand. Okay? In this case, we're building a nice frame here to keep my opponent away. And from here, I'm going to drop on my side and I'm going to put some pressure here on my opponent's shoulder. So I'm going to see what kind of reaction we're going to get. If there's no reaction, straight arm. But most of the time, especially when the opponent is an experienced one, he's gonna push back. When he's pushing, I maintain my frame. So he can never get through my frame. He can only stick to my arm. So now I'm gonna switch my hips going under and putting an active hook underneath his thigh. And I'm using the frame now to keep his shoulder close to me, and my elbow is driving his head towards the other side. So as you can see, again, I land in a position where my knee is pointing towards that side. If I want to go towards the quarter mount position, it's going to be super easy. I'm just going to go up. But if I need to get more points or I want to get fast to dominant position, first, I'm going here to get the underhook. And now I'm lifting my hips up and I'm going to drop my knee towards the other side. And now I'm just going to place my foot on my opponent's knee, like a little bit above the knee, to push down, free my foot as they go. Okay, once again. So from here now, so underhook here, and I'm going to build the frame. So he can't pass the frame. He can't like smash the frame. Frame always keeps him at a certain distance, right? So I'm going to drop on my side and I'm going to put some pressure here on his shoulder. He's coming towards me, pushing. So I slide my hips and I put the good hook underneath his thigh. Drive with the elbow, come on top, search for the underhook on the forearm, drop the knee towards the other side, and pass.